go. And we are back. We are back. Make sure everything looks all right. We're back. Part 2. Episode 2. Part 2. And we're going to talk about some real estate. Now, here we go. September 2021. I start diving into this thing called real estate. I want to be an agent. I want to rule the world. I want to go get it. I want to be the Wolf of Wall Street. Just kidding. Not the Wolf of Wall Street. But I want to go, experience this thing called real estate. I got a competitive nature. Hey, let's go do it. So, September 2021, start my license. I go to online and I click on this thing called Real Estate School. Find out it is legit. It's too legit to quit. And I set it up. It was about 200 or so. It was about 200. It wasn't too expensive. It was a lot cheaper than what you would think. It really was. And so I went on this thing, and it gave me everything I needed. It was a legitimate course. By the way, there's several legitimate courses out there. Slide out of the way. There's several legitimate courses out there that do a good service. They're all meant to do one thing. That's to give you prior knowledge for the test so you can get certified. Here's the deal with the coursework. You have like 6 months to complete it. I completed mine in about 3.5 because I have a full-time job, right? I'm a coach, teacher, I'm busy. So I did it on the weekends, did it on the evening times. The free time I had, I did it. So got that done. It was a big weight off my back. Finally got it done. After you get that done, it might be 3 months, might be 3.5 months, might be 2 months. If you really push it, might even be a month and a half if you push it. You could do it probably. It's just time intensive. It's not algebraic equations or calculus or nucleus or atomic version, whatever you want to call it. I probably made up half of the stuff I just said, see? But I'm not as smart as you, that's why. Now, it could be some of those type of things that you think, oh, it's going to be so, no, it's not going to be nothing like that. You're going to go get it, and you're going to do it and be done with it in about 3.5 months, and shorter if you want to push it. So you're done with that, right? You go to the next step. What's your next step? My next step was to seek out some way to train me for the actual test. The test is a beast. I'm not smart, but I pushed myself and I studied it. Kid you not. You're going to laugh at me. Oh, coaches, not that smart. I'm not that smart. You're exactly right. I studied for about a month and a half, 2 months, solid. Getting in it. I mean, weekends, evening times, just grinding that thing out. Wanted to make sure that I passed this test. I've heard horror stories. I've heard some good stories, but a lot of horror stories. I was preparing myself. So I went to that thing and I set it up. The Dallas area has many venues you can take your test at. Okay? So I set it up, took my test. It was a matrix. There's my dog. Roxy, I love you, baby, but you got to go. Go. Get out of here. I love you. Thank you, Lily. Lily, say hi to the camera.
Hi.
That's Lily. She's our exchange student. She's awesome. Taking care of the dog. Now, by the way, she just got back from Florida. Her flight was canceled. She had to come back into town in a U-Haul van, 20-foot U-Haul truck. She's a beast. So, back to the real estate. I got that signed up for that test. It's right here in the Dallas area. I was able to sign up for Saturday. Went in. It's a 2-test deal, not 1, 2. So when you go in there to take that test, you think, oh, I'm just taking 1 test. No, you're taking 2 tests, and you better be ready for it because it's going to scramble your brain. You're going to have a headache, and you're going to be stressing out, and you're going to need some Starbucks. So be prepared. It is a beast. And so I went in there confident. I got the first test knocked out. The national test, done, over with, passed. I felt good about it. All right. Second test, the Texas test, was not so much. I didn't know where I stood. I was like, I could win. Maybe I don't win. Maybe this is, I don't know. Turned out I didn't win. I lost. I did not pass it. I was very upset, but went back to the drawing board. And a couple days later, went back and I passed that joker. And I was so ecstatic. I was happy. just for the simple fact that I did it. I had a goal I wanted to achieve. I accomplished that goal. And man, I remember to this day, I was in the elevator. I took out that paper, looked at the score, saw that I passed, and right in the elevator, I did a touchdown Jesus, and I just cried right there in the elevator. I wept, tears. Just kidding, I didn't weep, but I did inside, and that's the same thing. And so I didn't cry or anything in front of anybody because I don't want to do that. But I was so excited. I called everybody I knew, and I was like, man, look at this. I did it. I had a goal. I accomplished it. It felt so good. Felt so great. So I was a certified real estate agent from that point on. From that very minute, I could sell a $1 million house and make bunches of money. I didn't do that, but maybe one day I will. And so after that, you obviously sign the contract with whatever brokerage you want to go to. You're going to get 1,000 emails. And in those thousands of emails, you're going to have to decide which brokerage you go with. Pick one that has integrity. Pick one that has training. Don't just pick one that with low fees. No. Pick one that has a lot of integrity, a lot of training on the front side that are going to equip you to do great things. They're going to invest in you. It's not just going to be you go start selling houses and wheeling and dealing. No, they're going to get you ready. And that's a key there. You got to be patient, very patient. You go in there wanting to sell a bunch of houses, it ain't going to go out like that. You got to have a mentor. You got to have a process. It's just like anything. And you got to be patient in the process. But once you get that role, you get that role and you get to going and you start wheeling and dealing. And I haven't gotten there yet, but I will get there. I will get there. And I'm going to have a great celebration that I'll share with y'all when I do. But you got to stay positive, man. It's a grind. It is a grind. And you got to every day be focused on the process. Process. Nick Saban says it best. Process. Never focus on the scoreboard or the wins and losses. Process takes care of the victory. And that's what we're doing here. Process. And so my mind is on that process. I'm going to, two things are going to happen. You and me get on a treadmill. I'm either going to die on that treadmill, okay, but you ain't going to beat me. I got it wrong. One of those things. The Will Smith analogy I gave y'all last week. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So have that tenacity about you that you ain't giving up for nothing. And that's where I'm at. So I was able to get that done. It's all good. Now there's fees. You got to pay little fees. You have to pay the fee for becoming an agent. By the way, I need to look back at that for you. I need to see what all those fees were. And then you pay the main fees go to MetroTex. Here it's called MetroTex. Okay. And when I join up with my brokerage, I need to have access to the MLS and all the fancy stuff, the bells and whistles to sell the house. That's where MetroTex comes in play. And you got to pay them a little bit of money. Okay. And so you pay a little bit every month, not a whole lot in my case, to your brokerage. And then you pay quarterly or twice a year your payment to MetroTex, which gives you access to the MLS. It basically lets you play the game. You want to play, you got to pay to play. And so you're going to pay to play a little bit in this game. And the idea is it pays off, that it does pay off in the end. And that's my hope, is that I'm not just sitting here spinning my wheels. Because like I said, I'm early in this process. Y'all are with me. Hey, I'm going to be hoping and praying that I start selling these houses. And so I can not just be paying some fees and fees and fees. I can get some a little bit of money to supplement for all this stuff that I pay for, and then to have a little cushion. So that's the end goal. But like I said, it's a process. You can't look around and say, oh, I'm paying this fee, I'm paying that fee. Man, I want to get in the game and make some money and this and that. No. You got to be patient. When your number's called, it's called. You get out there and you run the play and you make a touchdown, and then you get the victory. But you got to be patient. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I really am. And I've got faith in the good Lord that He's going to help me out, and keep on praying and keep on being consistent, and it'll come. Now, I went to a training recently. Great training. Some of the best, most fascinating people, most successful people. I was thoroughly encouraged, but it said something that got my attention. they threw out a statistic like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, something crazy like that, of the agents that are in the game now will not be in the game a year later. In other words, they're going to be checking out because they don't have the grind set, the mindset, the drive, the patience to get through it. They're going to want that money quick. And that makes sense. That makes sense. It's a long game, a long view, and you got to have that perspective. So I'm in the middle of it. You're learning from me, and we're in this thing together. But and like I said, I'm early on. I'm still just an infant in this thing, and I know very little compared to a lot of people. Anyway, next step is to continue this training. I've got 5 more weeks of this intensive training. After that 5 weeks, I can have a much larger perspective on some of this, and that's my goal, to give you all some knowledge there. So this Saturday, and then the following Fridays and Saturdays, I'll be attending this intensive training that is going to hopefully set me up for success. And that goes back to my other point. When you find a brokerage, go with somebody who's going to invest in you, someone who's going to not, dangle those easy trinkets in your face. That's going to let you know that, hey, it's process, but stick with it, and it's going to pay big dividends. So anyway, that is my little second round of what I wanted to say earlier. Thank y'all for hanging with me. Like I said, man, this is us. We're gonna take this ride together. We'll see what happens, and I got faith and hope in that God's gonna work everything out, and He's got the victory. So it's all good. All right, y'all are awesome. Thank y'all for being with me. Y'all have a wonderful week, a blessed week, and go out there and be humble, love other people, and have just an awesome week. By the way, tell those you love them. Tell them you love them. I went to a funeral this last weekend. Great man, great family, great wife, great kids, outstanding. Light in the world. A light in the world. Lost his wife. One of the saddest things I've ever had to attend. Pray for him and his family, please. They're in the Dallas area. Some of y'all might know him, some of y'all might not, but I can talk about that later here out in Plano. But pray for them. But you never know when your time's up. You never know. Love those you love. Seize the day. Seize the moment. You want it, and it's in God's will. Go get it. Don't wait. It's you never know, and you don't want to go to those pearly gates thinking of what could have been. Anyway. Love you guys. Have a great week. Peace.